Hello and welcome to Work Hard, Dream Harder. We're just two best friends trying to figure out life and trying to live a life to the fullest. So let's work hard and dream harder together. Hello.
Hi guys.
So we have realised that we have spent, 7 episodes at this point? Maybe?
More than one.
A few. A number of episodes just waffling on at you guys about random stuff about our lives. But the thing is, we have realised that you don't actually know us.
Because we talk to each other like we know each other, because obviously we do ever forget that.
Wait, what? We know each other?
Ew.
I know, that's disgusting.
But the as the point, they'll be like, oh well, you don't know us, so we got a quick Q&A freak. Well, nobody's asking us.
And
Nobody's asking. Or we were just having a conversation off pod about
the lowercase alphabet.
It's stupid.
So, do you know when you're at school and you taught like A, B, C, D, E, F, blah, blah, blah? But they also say like A, B, K, D. So,
And as a dyslexic person, do not tell me cat spell. I don't know, my dyslexic brain hates that shit, but that's not what we're here for. And if you hear any noises, we've got I was going to say furry friend.
Is that rope you were playing with him earlier?
So if you look over there, there's this guy here. His name's Smokey.
Smokey, he's my child. We have a very weird resemblance, don't you think?
And for this audience listeners, you would see a picture of a grey
cat with green eyes. He's not a trash panda. He's a beautiful boy.
Okay.
And he's just playing in the background.
So if you hear any noises,
yeah, just ignore him. He's having the time.
So
of his life.
For you video listeners, if you just kind of look in the corner over there, we're looking at the trash panda.
My child.
You don't understand. He's got. Oh, forget this book.
She's bullying my child. We have a bunch of questions. I've written them down on my phone, so I'm not being antisocial, which I usually am. We are going to... Yeah, we're going to ask a question, and both of us are going to answer, I think. We answer it at the same time, yeah?
Yeah. Jesus.
The funny thing is, what if they can't hear any of this, and we just seem like we're laughing at nothing?
There was something in that Ryan Gosling's song. I'll tell you now, I'm just kind of just a drug. But yeah.
I told you it would get them energy.
Well, I will release the footage if we get to 1 billion subscribers.
Yeah, I'm really glad we're never releasing that, because that is just going to be really bad for both of us.
Hey, I'm put behind the paywall.
Anywho.
Get OnlyFans.
Only pause.
Whoa.
Don't. So,
Okay, breathe.
My cat has been having issues with his bottom. And I was trying to take a picture of it to show my partner.
To explain, to show you.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it up. Whilst I'm trying to take a picture, the cat turns around. And it's like, do you know one of those Kim K pictures where she's got like the butt behind her and her face? I just can't unsee it. So we've joked that we've found his illicit pictures to only pause.
He needs to pay the rent.
Honestly, he's 4 years old now. He needs to, get out there, earn a living. He volunteers quite a lot at the biscuit factory, actually. He makes biscuits all day, but we don't see a penny from that. So,
well, let's...
Anyway, back to the question. The most simple question is, how old are we both?
I'm 25, November the 8th.
I'm 23, August 18th. If you didn't understand, we're saying our birthday after our age.
It's just a gibberish language.
So where do you currently live?
In the East Midlands, in the Derbyshires.
I live in Nottinghamshire.
Shire. So we're both pretty much like half an hour away from each other, which is sad.
Yeah, but we still see an awful lot of each other.
unfortunately.
I know, it's so dramatic.
Yeah.
So for you, what has been your most recent biggest achievement?
Starting this podcast, but you don't understand. There's a variety of people I started podcasts. I have this other person, and I was on about, we're going to start a podcast, and I was like, stuff never happened, so I started one podcast, and then something happened, and then I got this podcast.
Woo.
But I'm going to re-pick up the other podcast, so I'm going to cheat on you. But hey ho, but I'm starting this podcast. I'm pretty shocked that we've come this far and made this many episodes.
I mean, the fact that me and you have actually stuck with it for over 2 months is actually really good.
It's just batch recording, man. It's madness.
We both have very different schedules, so we kind of struggle to.
Okay, she means I'm a busy woman. She's a busy woman, and I'm on an 8-hour contract a week.
Look, I.
Hey, but I do volunteering also. So
yeah, the thing is, the amount of times that I'm off and then you're busy doing something. Look, we struggle to see like each other in person. We call a lot and chat a lot of rubbish.
Like, I'm on my way to work and I'm like, oh, you've got an hour, I've got an hour.
Let's
We're
chat.
always moaning about headphones. Like, we
both always buy the worst headphones
Cheap
for
stuff.
phone calls.
So we're like, do we spend £300 on Sony headphones?
And I'd say no to that because in the past year alone, I have lost 5 pairs of headphones because I put things down and forget where I put them. So I buy.
Perks of having a boyfriend.
Yeah, I literally buy the cheapest headphones possible from like B&M, like 20 quid ones. They do the job, but the microphone is.
You know what we
awful.
need to do? We need to go old school. We need to go wired headphones. Because then at least you know where the mic is.
Only problem with that, I never have pockets.
You need to get a lanyard for your phone. You know, you've got the lanyard thing. You just need a phone lanyard.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so your most recent achievement has been this podcast.
And yo? Vroom vroom?
Oh,
I'm in my mum's
yeah.
car. We're just bringing back the references, guys. If you don't know, you're old. Car. Yeah, have you forgotten already? She passed the driving. Whoop, whoop.
I passed my driving test, got a car, I now drive to work. I'm a car girly. Oh my god.
So
It
next
makes
pod will probably be in a car.
Such a difference. My commute to work used to be an hour and it's now like 15 minutes. 20 minutes in rush hour. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey, I picked you up this morning. Don't roll your eyes at me.
That's your prerogative to ask you. Well, it was a lifesaver.
Yeah, so I'd say that's my biggest recent.
The fact that you actually bought a car as well, like as soon as you passed, pretty much.
Literally, I passed my test on like the Friday. I was at work Saturday and Sunday. Monday was my first day off. One of my colleagues took me and I went straight to buy a car. Like literally my first instance after passing. I was like, yep, car, let's
But
go.
the thing is, she had this all planned out before, and I think that helped, didn't it? The car, you already had an idea.
Kind of. I had an idea of what I wanted. Obviously, I didn't want to jinx myself, so I didn't actually properly look at cars before my test because I genuinely thought I was going to fail. I didn't actually fully plan my car, but I had a vague idea of what I wanted. So I passed my test, and that day I started looking and started arranging viewings. And I was so impulsive, it literally was the first car that I looked at. But I liked it, and it's a good little car for me. I've had it, it's been a couple of months now, hasn't
You
it?
kitted it out as well.
Kitted it out. I put a dash cam in it.
Yeah, considering you didn't have one built in.
I did rewire the radio on my own.
Oh,
I know.
Oh.
I mean, the actual internal mechanism that you use the key for was bent, and you had to use brute force to take it out. And now I am not a strong girly. I remember I had the keys in and I'm trying to force this radio out, and I'm like pulling on it like and I realised at one point that my car was shaking. And there's just people walking past and going, what the hell? So yeah.
Oh.
But I rewired my radio like a big girl.
She puts my celebration to shame.
Don't be silly. What, me just having a fight with my brand new car?
We'll do this next year, yeah, guarantee. I still won't drive past.
Not with that attitude, you won't.
Yeah, well.
You know what you said to me?
What?
You will pass. You will pass. You're gonna pass. It's about the mindset.
That shit doesn't come out of my mouth.
Mm-hmm. Does it not?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get the video evidence later on.
What is it? Do as I say, not what as I do.
Oh my god, it's like I'm doing a podcast with my mother.
Yes, I am mother. Right, yeah. Well, maybe we'll do a drive-through podcast. Or I really want to go through a drive-through. That was the only motivation I had to pass.
Should have done that today, shouldn't we? I still haven't gone through a drive-through yet.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, IKEA pod.
Me, I do want to go to... I can actually go to IKEA now.
Oh my god.
Why have I not been to IKEA?
The thing is, you got to realise where we are, IKEA's a fuss to get through. Unless you don't have a car.
Like...
Well, you got...
Actually, it was alright where I used to live. There was a direct bus, but it did take 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And then just if you have the...
Just take 2, I guess, because the first take...
SD card full.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what we were saying now.
Basically, we wanted to do an IKEA run so bad.
Oh, yeah. So then I said that the bus took 40 minutes. Oh, yeah, so... like, the IKEA eras is amazing. IKEA is glorious. It is massive. You get lost in there, honestly. But if you don't have a car, you just can't really buy anything. Yeah. You can only buy, like, the little knickknacks.
But not full furniture pieces.
Yeah. I always end up buying a candle. The IKEA candles smell lovely.
Oh, yeah. I did this whole night. I want to do my desk. But I've got my old desk and then I want to get, like, you know, the IKEA desk hacks. And I was just like, bro, I need money.
Yeah. The thing is, IKEA is quite expensive to say it's just reinforced cardboard. Anyway.
I'm just thinking, do I just go to a, kitchen, can I just have a worktop and just draw a hole?
You know what's actually really good for furniture? The British Heart Foundation, the furniture shops. Mm-hmm. They have some banging furniture. And obviously it's really cheap because it's a charity and then you're also helping a charity. But the one in Nottingham, it's massive. You've got the upstairs and the downstairs. And they have loads of furniture. Yeah.
And where I work, Home Sense is really good. It's all got a weird odds Home Sense.
I think I know someone who works at Home Sense.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all.
So we've talked about our most recent achievement, and based on that, we're kind of curious. Well, both of us are curious to know what advice would we have given our past selves. Like, if we could go back in time, talk to our previous self, what advice would you give? Rejection
is just redirection. That is not the end of the world if you get rejected, because my mum always says to me, like, you don't know if God protected you from getting that job because he knows that the boss is shit, or you're just not ready for it yet. It's that spiritual thing of that God's protecting you. It might seem harsh, but you don't, because it might redirect you to something better, or he's protecting you from something. So rejection is redirection. All you can do is mourn the loss, mourn the idea of you getting that job, learn from it. Is there stuff that you can take with you and just learn from it and just move on? Get it out of your system, cry about it, yell about it, burn a book about it. I don't know, but just get it out of your system, because the more times you dwell oh, I'm the issue, I'm the problem. But then again, when you were saying you had to do a few hires and you only had 2 positions, and the people weren't bad, but you couldn't offer everybody a job. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you were saying on the podcast.
I'll admit, when you're a hiring manager, so I don't hire for anything crazy. I just hire for cinema workers, and we literally, I think we had a summer temp 0-hour contract going, which, don't even get me on 0-hour contracts. I don't agree with them, but that's what I was given to hire. we had over 600 applications for this just small local cinema, 0-hour contract, temporary job. And it's like, it makes you think, what if this was like a full-time contract with like set contracted hours, and it wasn't temporary? Like, you'd probably have so many more. So if you ever do get a rejection, know that it probably isn't against you. It's probably
something out of your control.
Yeah.
And then I think that's what I've learned.
It's just said low battery, 10% remaining. And your Osmo. It just said 10%.
Oh, but it's plugged in.
Oh, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
Is it definitely charging?
Yeah, there's a lightning bolt in there.
Okay, that's alright. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, good shout.
So that's what you'd recommend. No.
Yeah, I would recommend saying to my younger self
The
that.
advice you'd give.
Yeah, is like rejection is just you learn quicker. Then if everything happened to you, life was good, that you never made this mistake, you learn slower. And it's like I always said, my dyslexia has always made me. No, like grades were okay, things were okay, but I've always got rejected and stuff, or like stuff didn't pan out the way I wanted, but it make it work. And I'm 25 and I realised that you can have a career change, you can do whatever, just positive mind. It's easier that I'm saying it, but I've had a lot of time to develop that because, like I said, dyslexia makes me think about these things more often. What I'm good at, what I can do, because, yeah, rejection is just redirection. You?
Oh god, yeah, I forgot I have to do that.
You think you're in the hot seat.
I missed the question then. Like, I don't have to answer questions.
Yeah, what's your advice?
Advice to my past self. And this is probably advice I need to take now, and it's going to sound harsh at first, but let me explain it. Yeah. Advice to my past self is probably, in the politest way possible, nobody cares.
Good one.
So, I've always suffered really badly with anxiety to the point, like, this is going to sound really stupid, but I remember being a child at primary school, and the bus, like the school bus, went round a corner, and I slipped slightly and ended up being like sat like this. And I was so anxious that people would think I was stupid for not being able to sit upright that I sat for the entire journey like this, hurting my back, instead of literally just getting up and sitting up like this. And like that's where it stemmed for me, from like a child, like literally being anxious of little things like that. Or like when I was a teenager, I bought like some items from a shop, and you don't have a lot of money as a teen, you just have your pocket money or whatever money you've earned from working or whatever. And I didn't have much, and I'd left like the most expensive item on the counter in the shop, and I was too anxious to go back in and just quickly grab it, even though I worked out within seconds of leaving the shop that I'd left it there. And if I walked back in, they'd probably have just given it to me. I was too anxious, I thought they'd think I was stupid, so I just walked away. And like, it's just stupidity like that. And now there's a big age gap between me and my brother, and luckily, I'm getting better with it. I'm not as good as I used to be, but I think working in hospitality, working in a customer-facing environment, I have no choice but to kind of get over it, which has been a really long, hard battle. But I have a younger brother, a massive age gap. And when I go out in public with him, I'm doing stupid dances and like embarrassing him, and he's, oh my god, Tia, you're so embarrassing. But it's a lot of fun. And it's like, I wish I could have been like this years ago. And I know it's easier said than done, but I didn't have a proper childhood, I think, because I was just too scared about everything.
Well, that's like me when it came to reading, because I think what I realised is I overcompensate with my mouth, like the talking, because...
Say that again. Sorry.
Yeah, I've got a big mouth, so I love talking. So, but then again, when it comes to writing, I kind of do what you say. Or like, there was this one incident, I thought, oh, I'd write on the board the question. There was like a sticky note, and the teacher didn't understand what it was just like anonymous. So I stuck it on there, and the teacher was like, I don't understand what this means. And he was really arsy about it, and I just didn't want to say, oh, it was me. And that could have solved the problem, but because I've internalized, and I just didn't want to be like. It would have been easy if I admitted it, but this teacher was being an arse about it, and I didn't want to. So I understand where you come from, but then again, nobody cares. But he was just, but it was just like, you just think of the worst scenarios, and I agree that nobody cares.
See, I watched this. This was years ago now, and probably a bit of a problematic show.
Yeah.
We don't question the logic behind it. It was an early 2000s show
Oh,
that I ended up rewatching, and it was about someone with like anorexia, I think it was. I think I might have told you the story already, but basically one of the reasons that she struggled with eating was because. Yeah, one of the reasons she struggled with eating is because she was terrified that people were judging her shopping habits, and obviously this was before online shopping was a thing and stuff like that. So she was too like kind of anxious, I don't know if that's the right word, but to go to the supermarket and do her food shop. And I mean, this is probably really mean, but the show's producers made her wear a clown outfit. So I think there was a couple of them. I'm not sure if I'm remembering this correctly, it was quite a while ago now, but from what I remember, they made her and someone else wear a clown outfit and they went food shopping together. And afterwards they got out of their clothes and went back in and were questioning people going, oh, you know, did you see anything suspicious? And I was like, no, don't think so. And they're like, oh, did you not see someone dressed as a clown? And a couple of people went, oh yeah, I think I did. But most people didn't even have a clue that there was someone literally dressed like a clown going and doing the food shop. And, you know, whether this was staged or not, which it could have been, but it still gives you that thought of people are so focused with their own lives that they are not paying attention to what you are doing.
You know what? When I was at work, there was this woman who looked like she straight came out of Bridgerton. Big, like, Victorian gloves there, and she was just shopping. And I was like to my coworker, she's like, did you see that? I was like, yeah. And we were both like, oh my god, I wish I had the guts just to come out that. We were coming up with these stories like, why is she dressed like that? But then I was just like, we ended up admiring it. It was beautiful, like she'd come out straight out of Bridgerton, and then that story reminds me of it, and I was just like, oh yeah, like she's just there, like no giving. She's just there, just doing a shop, and I was like,
the confidence to pull it off, isn't it?
That's crazy.
But no, like again, I'm probably really paraphrasing what happened with the show, and I'm probably not fully remembering what happened, but if you break it down like that, that is the moral of the story. And it's probably true for ourselves. Like, people would be sat there telling you a story about themselves, and I don't know about you, but the first thing that comes to my mind is how that relates. Like, I'm thinking of things that, oh, I can relate to that because of this, and then it ends up, you sound very selfish in the end, but you don't mean to be. But I think that's, the advice I'd give my past self is, literally nobody cares in the politest way possible.
Yeah, do what you need to do, because at the end of the day we all die.
Okay. And the...
No,
I just clicked on that.
But the thing is, yeah, you just do the things that you're going to regret. There's this YouTube channel where they do the last meals, and his tagline is, everybody's gonna eat and we're all gonna die. But isn't that thing about, like, don't do it later, do it now, but a bit like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, do that job, start that channel, do the podcast. Because we were like, oh, well, we're doing it now, like, we just need to stop posting more on social media, because at the end of the day, who's gonna care? We've done it now, it's all over.
Yeah. Well, speaking of, next question is, how many podcast subscribers have you got? I think it's just us two, right?
Yeah. You're not even subscribed, are
Why
you?
not?
Yeah.
I thought I did it.
Fake fan.
I thought I'd done it. Maybe not.
But the thing is, we realised that we're not doing the outsource, like we're posting it, yeah. But we're not creating little clips and that. So we're our own fans, but we know we've done it.
Yeah, I think we were kind of just waiting. In all honesty, I'm not sure we both trusted ourselves to actually commit to the podcast, but now we are committing to the podcast. We're going to start promoting it. We're going to start promoting it properly now.
I just think we realised the time that we dedicate, it's not where we want to be, because it's like we do 4 pods or 3 pods a day.
I think the first few ones we did, I mean, even now we're still like trialing and slowly getting better. This is probably the best video quality we've had, but we still have a few technical issues and we're slowly ironing them out. But I think the first few ones we did, there were so many little problems that I don't think any of us felt comfortable promoting that. We want to promote something that we are...
Nobody cares. We should do it anyway.
We wanted to promote something that we feel we can back, which is... We're getting to that content now.
Yeah. I see what she means. She wants to give you that advice. Nobody cares, so we should live by that. Nobody cares. That's why if we're the only people watching,
I care.
I know what you mean, but yeah, I think because I don't care who watches, because I know it's a long game.
Well, I do care who watches. I hope you all watch. I know what you mean.
Hello, Mother.
Listen.
My mother doesn't even watch. I don't even want to show her because I realise the worst enemies are the people close to you, like family.
Oh, I think parents are the worst as well. Like, they're the most judgmental.
So, mother's definitely not watching this, but yeah, we hope we have a couple of more. But the thing is, we've got to do the social media.
Yeah, we need to start putting effort into the posting. The next question is, what's your biggest fear about life?
It goes back to the thing about we're all gonna die. But let me rephrase it like being stuck in a place that I don't want to be in. Like that's not the stupid retail job, but the retail job is meant to be temporary. So TK, well, they do a thing where you've been there. Yeah. So
she works at TK Maxx at the moment.
You should know this if you're watching.
Just in case people are only just tuning in now. Just in case.
But it's the law. There's how I work at TK Maxx and they have like, you get a pin if you've been there 3 years, 5 years and 10 years. And I don't want to be in a position where I've been there for 5 years because then I know that I'm not chasing my dreams, work hard, dream harder type of vibes. And I feel like if I'm stuck here in 5 years' time, still working at TK Maxx on an 8-hour contract, I'll be like...
Mate, I've been at my place for 4 years, don't say that to me.
But the thing is, you developed. I'm just... You know what I mean? Like,
I'm rolling my eyes now in case you can't see.
But the thing is, I know that I deserve more, but am I putting the work to deserve more? I feel like if I'm dead tomorrow, I want to make sure I've lived the life that I want to. So my biggest fear is not doing that. And if I'm not doing that, that's because I've not put the effort in. Because you can have big dreams, but if you're not going to put the effort into it, you know. Yeah.
I think my... What's the question? My biggest fear about life is literally not achieving anything. So like, if I died now, it'd be pretty depressing because I'd have like nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing to back me. But like, I don't know. I know like, this probably sounds very pessimistic, but I want to do something with my life, and I just feel like I'm working a hospitality job. Yeah, I'm working a hospitality job. I don't make a difference. Like
hospitality and retail girlies.
Like if I quit or if I die, if I leave, like I'll get replaced within a few months. And
you know what? And I think I struggle to see the future and where I should be saving. So I'm like, okay, house what house? I'm still living. I think for me it's just like, you know what? I don't care about the accolades. I just care if what I'm feeling is the right feeling, that I'm fulfilled. Like, I don't care about the money, I care about, am I fulfilled? Like, have I done what I set out to do creatively? That's why I don't really have New Year's goals. It's more of a vibe. I wrote in my journal, like, I want to wake up and do something creative. That's all I care about. Whether it's for someone else, for myself, or just YOLO. That's, yeah. And I think I feel the same to you. We're similar vibes, that.
Yeah. Recording. What?
It hasn't been recording.
Oh, Alright, we're gonna have to do that bit again. aren't we?
Okay, then we'll quick.
Let's speed run it.
Yeah.
Let's not talk into 3D printing food and stuff like that.
That's so annoying.
Right.
So, yeah.
So we've had a few technical glitches. Our camera cut off. So if we seem like we're speeding through this bit again, it's probably because
Or I can just put
we
the
are.
audio thing.
We'll do it again for video just in case. Yeah, so we've had a few glitches with the technology, so we got to re-record this little section. So if it seems like we're speed running it, it's probably because we already know what we're going to say. So the next questions, we're going to merge these together, I think. What is your favourite TV show, movie, and actor?
At the moment, Supernatural got to season 6, I think. Obviously, Ryan Gosling. Movies, top 3 is La La Land, Whiplash, and Tick Tick Boom. If you know what they're about, you kind of know them. There's similar genre of film.
Yeah. And she also started contemplating putting Andrew Garfield in one of her favourite actors.
Andrew Garfield, maybe Florence Pugh, a lot of it. There's a contenders. We might do an episode.
ranking tier list of our favourite actors.
Yeah.
I think for me, acting wise, I love Elizabeth Olsen. She plays Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
She
I always
does
get
all sorts.
confused with Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yeah. She plays in a lot, but that's the one that reminds Sarah of who she is.
True that.
I just feel like she's
in
so
Godzilla
much.
as well.
Yeah, I feel like she just has so much like power behind her acting, so much emotion. She can play a lot of different characters as well. I really like her. Who else? Florence Pugh, fantastic actress. I love her accent in Black Widow.
You know what? Is it Killing Eve, or is that someone else?
That's someone else.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Little
Who
one.
else? Can't think right now. So they're my favourite actors. I feel movie-wise, Back to the Future, absolutely nostalgic, solid film. Probably, I want to say the second one might be my favourite, which I think is controversial. That's the one where they go to 2015. So the first film they go to 1965,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the second film is 2015.
They
third
did a
film is
Broadway
Wild West.
show.
Yeah, I
I
saw that. Yeah, but I know someone who was going. I didn't even know it was happening.
Oh.
But I absolutely love Back to the Future. Solid film, nostalgic. I can watch it time and time again. I've literally seen it in the cinema 3 times because every single year we show it at the cinema again, and I just watch it every time.
Nice.
Favorite TV show? I think I said
Alice.
Alice in Borderland, because we were meant to watch Squid Games, myself and my partner, and I don't know, Squid Games 2. So the first season was obviously amazing. You hadn't really heard of a concept like that before. So we went to go and watch season 2, but I think so many people have told us it's meh or it's whatever, that when we went to watch it, we were literally hovering over it to press play, and both of us looked at each other and was like, nah, we're not feeling this today. So underneath that, it was recommending Alice in Borderland, and Noah's watched a few episodes of it before, but he was like, you know what, I kind of want to watch that again, it looks really good. And we watched both seasons within a few weeks. Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. So I can't wait for season 3, although it seems like the producers are going to be steering away from what the books do, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Hope it's not a Game of Thrones for you.
Yeah, we forget season 8 exists.
What now? Yeah.
So next question is, are you in a relationship?
How no? Sweet and simple. With Ryan Gosling, yeah, in my head, but that's not the point. Yeah, I've got a calendar of him.
You have bought a calendar of Ryan Gosling. Sorry, that's my stomach. I'm not even hungry, I've eaten.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I am. I am in a relationship.
Yeah.
About a year and a half. Still very early days. We are living together, which is disgusting.
It makes everything complicated, doesn't it?
We have a cat. Yeah. Technically he's my cat, but we both look after the cat. Yeah, that's all we need to say about that. What is your biggest regret?
Uni. Not in that.
I loved uni.
I loved uni, but when COVID hit, I wish I took a gap year.
Yeah, I wish. I actually said that I wanted to do that. I can't remember who it was. It might have been to one of our tutors. I said I wanted to take a gap year because COVID struck whilst we were at uni, and obviously
I would have followed.
Yeah, like.
It didn't come to my mind though.
Well, we was on a TV course. We need the TV studios. We were working with like the BBC and Notts TV and stuff like that, and we were getting in the industry. We were doing loads, and both of us really enjoyed it. And
it got to the point where we only did like I did a foundation.
During COVID, we're just filming stuff in our rooms on our phones with no equipment. Like, we're not in a TV studio. That's what we signed up for. And I think.
But to be honest, I always say I don't regret a lot of things, and I don't, because what's the point of regretting it? Because you don't know if it turned out right. Regret is just an opportunity that you missed, and what's the point of dwelling on it? I don't regret a lot of things, and I don't, because what's the point of regretting it? Because you don't know if it turned out right. Regret is just an opportunity that you missed, and what's the point of dwelling on it? And I just joke about uni because...
Same full again.
Should we just keep...
Yeah.
I just think uni is just an opportunity that I say I regret, but I don't really regret anything.
For those of you who are listening and not watching, the SD card has decided to be an arse. So the rest of this video, which is only a few more minutes, is going to be audio only, unfortunately. Well, or maybe fortunately, so you don't have to see our ugly mugs.
What's your opinion? Do you regret stuff?
Honestly, God, now I'm trying to ask this question. I feel like I regret a lot of the times that I wasn't confident enough to do something.
Yeah.
I regret not taking part in more things because I felt like I was going to be stupid. And now, like, I feel like we're now at that age where we can't start new things. Like, we can, but, like, we can't really start new things because if you go to, like, a beginner class for something, it's all got, like, young people in, you know?
But the thing is, right, I think you can do whatever you put your mindset to it, but it's easier when you're young because people are not telling you you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah. So out of curiosity, what country would you love to visit?
Right, I got this plan. I want to do like Seoul, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore. Like, I want to do it all. Basically, I want to travel.
You know what, actually, that's a really similar answer to mine. So I went to China a few years ago and I loved it. And now I just want to tour the entirety of Asia. So I'm not really that fussed on, like, America. I feel like there's not enough history there. And Europe, obviously, we're basically in Europe, so we see that quite a lot. But I really would love to go around Asia. And I'd love to go to, like, Australia, New Zealand at some point as well.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, just for, like, a visit, because I just want to travel around the world.
I definitely agree.
So when we're 40.
You know what? We should definitely do it. We should take the pod on the road.
Like, brum brum in my car in Malaysia.
Oh, I would love that.
So, what is your favourite colour?
I vibe with, like, blue, green, red.
So you don't have one?
But I think I tend to lean to blue. I ain't picky.
You're not bothered.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. But I
Does
think
my
blue.
face look bothered? I ain't bothered.
The computer said no. I'm a bothered. Yeah, no, I'm not really fussed.
My favourite colour is green. Through and through. Green all the way. Can you tell?
Well, they can't tell.
No, I can't tell right now.
Oops.
Can't tell right now, you know, but usually you can tell. I think 90% of my wardrobe has got, like, green items in it. What do you want to say to yourself in a year's time?
Get a bigger SD card.
Hopefully it doesn't take you a year to get that one.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you got the boyfriend? How you got the job? How you got the car? Not really. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy? Are you content? Where's life took you? Have you been on that holiday? Have you made that money? Are you just happy?
For me, have you figured out what to do?
That's a big one, bro.
Yeah, because like I'm stuck in this rut at the moment where I don't know what to do
Yeah.
in two aspects. One, myself and my partner, we're looking to buy a house in a year or so. Where we're going to live, where we're going to move to, because both of us are like, oh yeah, we'll just like stay in Nottinghamshire. We're not really bothered where, as long as it's like driving distance to work, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So like, have you figured out where you're going to live, what house you're going to choose? And then the second one is like, have you figured out what you're going to do with your job? Because I'm stuck in a rut career-wise at the moment where I'm not progressing anymore, and I'm getting quite bored with my job, because when I first walked in, my job was absolute chaos. And there was loads of things wrong, and there was loads of things happening. And now that's all been fixed. We've spent the past few years filling all the gaps, fixing it up, building it back up. And now it's all just the mundane stuff, which is quite boring for me. I like a project, I like a mission. So I'm in a rut career-wise. There's no way for me to progress at the moment. Am I going to switch career? Am I going to move into a new job? Like, what am I going to do? So I just want to ask myself, have I figured it out?
Oh yeah, I want to ask, has Stephen Bartlett's given us the money for the funds?
Do we have the money?
So basically, just to give you context, that Stephen Bartlett on his LinkedIn kind of posted like, oh, I'll fund someone's business pitch. So me and Tia like spent 2 days kind of crafting this pitch and this email, and we were just like, has anybody funded that idea? Has Work Hard, Dream Harder become a movement that we wanted it to be? Because we coined this term, it's not just a podcast, it's a movement.
Yeah, we have big plans for this in the future. Like, if we can get our head down, carry on with it, keep going well with it, we have some big plans.
Yeah.
Next question is, do you have any pets?
Well, they're not my pets, they're the family pets. So I've got 2 munchkins of little kittens. And just to know their story, they are... So basically, they just came to us. The cat distribution service dealt them up. So we always say that they're brother and sister because they came together and they were similar ages. So we've got a tuxedo cat called Maya and a called Raheem. A normal typical cat because he's black and white. Yeah, typical tabby, and he's a bit of a doofus. And it got to a point where...
We'll add pictures up on the screen.
Bang, bang. And then in the honour of my old cat, her name was Layla. She was a tortoiseshell. She was black, white and ginger, and she was really old. She was my first. We got them. My mum's friend gave them to her, so we had it since she was a baby.
Little baby.
But she was my first cat, and then these 2 came along. It got to a point where Tia knew if I was talking about crackhead energy, like hyper energy, it was Raheem. And I forgot to say that Maya's quite clever in that she's bin. She opens the bin and it's quite amusing but annoying. She dumpster dives. But she's quite a chunky little girl.
Huckster.
Yeah, and Tia, who do you have? I would never know.
So I have my Smokey, my little smokester. We think he's 4 years old. We've only had him for about 6 months. He was living in my friend's garden for years. She thinks he's older than 4, but she doesn't know for sure. The vet, based on like his teeth and stuff like that, reckon he's 4. So basically, he was bought by someone who then locked him out and never let him back in again. And he lived in my friend's garden for years because they were nice to him. But because they had a cat, they couldn't take him in because the cats didn't get along. They used to fight quite a lot. But he just loves people, and he loves hugs and attention and force.
Not from me.
Yeah, she's scary. He takes a while to get used to you, and then once he does, he's like your shadow. Like if I'm at home alone, as I'm walking around the house, he's following me. And my partner always jokes that he knows I'm about to walk in the room if the cat gets there just before me. It's like he announces my presence. So if I'm walking down the stairs, he runs ahead of me and then just stands in the room all poised, waiting for me to get downstairs. But he's an absolute fluff ball. We're so glad we got him. Nice. He just loves attention, cuddles, and he is not interested in the outdoors at all. Like, you open a door, he's not bothered. He's a voluntary house cat. He just doesn't want to go outside, but we're not surprised. He's been outside for years.
Nice.
He's our beautiful. He's my beautiful boy. So the next thing is, what would you like to achieve this year?
Hopefully we can achieve greatness. Hopefully we can move into a studio, and then hopefully I can make moolah doing something creative, and hopefully somebody can give us money to make this dream a reality, because we have big dreams. Can let Stephen Bartlett just give us the money? Give us the money.
Give us the money.
Give us the money. But yeah, it's just to give us an opportunity to thrive, and hopefully somebody will listen to our podcast. Hopefully 100
people.
100 people will subscribe and listen to our waffles.
waffle.
But I just want to do something I love. Is that so hard to ask?
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, what about you? Get out your work and do something else.
Honestly, what I want to achieve this year is, by the end of this year, I want to be looking at a house. I want to, obviously we won't be buying one till next year, but I want to be there, be ready by the end of the year. Probably mix up my career a bit, because I am very nervous about jumping ship and going somewhere else. So I think I just need to take that plunge and I just need to do it.
You'll be a full-time entrepreneur with this business.
Yeah, I don't know. I just need...
I'd create change.
Yeah. And I just want to be happy, like you said.
We'll do that together.
Whoop. No, fist bump. I thought you was... Oh, your hands are cold. So where are you now in your career, and where would you like to be in the future?
I was going to say in my mum's basement, but we don't have a basement. I'm still living in it with my mum, just trying to make freelance, like we said, 8 hours a week at TK Maxx, whoop whoop. But I think for me, being dyslexic, it's hard to be freelance because a lot of it is admin shit. But I think with the network I've built volunteering, and with the opportunities that I have, but I'd like just to have answers about the applications I've done. So hopefully next year I've got one application or apprenticeship or something to help me boost me in the career. And hopefully we would have done a lot of episodes.
Sorry, I'm tired.
And hopefully we get a setup that does not mess us up.
What's that?
I was going to myself.
Oh. I didn't even realise that. Yeah, I think our setup is taking so long at the moment because we can't keep it up all the time. That we're kind of just tired by the time it gets to filming.
If you see our setup is the most jankiest thing. Not janky, it's what we have.
We're slowly improving it, yeah. We're slowly improving it. It's definitely gotten better since our first one. I mean the fact that today's kind of gone kaput. We need a bigger SD card and stuff like that, don't we?
Why is an SD card so fucking expensive? My bad profanities, but it's so annoying. The bigger the SD card, more expensive. The bigger the hard drive, more expensive. Damn. Sorry, guys. Only if you could see the frustration on my face. It's so much easier doing audio only. But hey ho, you need to see our beautiful faces.
Do they?
Yeah, and hopefully we'll get some big interviews, like Dream Big, Dream Harder. Ryan Gosling next to me promoting his next movie and living the Delulu land, you know.
Yeah, you're certainly living there.
You're not wrong.
So, career-wise for me, so currently I am an assistant manager at a cinema.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. I did help open a site last September.
Whoop,
That
whoop.
was really fun.
Whoop whoop.
Like, it was so stressful.
Would
There was a
be.
lot of work to it, but by God did I enjoy it.
Whoop.
I don't know, I feel like I shouldn't say this, but high stressful jobs seem to be what I go for.
Stressful.
Yeah. I don't think it's like, I don't think I'm actively looking for stress, but I like a project.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get bored too easily.
That's why your corporate girly era lasted a couple of months. Because it was boring. Your corporate girl era.
Oh yeah, I worked for an office for a few months, but literally I was asking for more work. Like, there just wasn't... I need a project. I just need a project. I need to work on something. So
This
say if like the podcast didn't go through, or I'm having a career as well as a podcast, I would love to be like a site opener.
Okay.
I would love to open businesses
And then
and
dip.
open sites and stuff like that, because there's so much to it, but the satisfaction at the end is amazing. Obviously, it'd be a long time before I even got to anything like that, but I think that's what I'd love to do.
I see a lot of abandoned buildings in Derby, like in the centre. I was sick. That's a podcast studio. That's a cafe. Come on now, we need the money to buy this.
Yeah. Like, give me the money now. We can open our own place.
So hopefully next year we'll be like, Stephen Butler's invested in us. Boop, boop. Or we go to this guy Simon Squibb's doorstep and be like, can you fund our dream?
The last question is, what do we expect from the podcast?
Like they say, Stephen Butler's invested in us, some billionaires invested in us, or we get a sponsor, or we get this channel monetized.
So I think for me,
Yeah.
I would love to grow our following,
Nice.
either get like an investor or a sponsor, or just make enough of our own money
Nice.
to open up our own
cafe.
Like, we basically chatted about this. Like, I would love to... It's not really a good feasible income source,
Yeah.
but I would love to own a cafe, and we'd love to have like an actual studio. So we've talked about having like a cafe/studio, and we just think that'd be really nice, like cafe downstairs, studio upstairs, and have like, you know, every time we meet up, we've got to set up the entire podcast and set up all the lights and the cameras. And I think by the time we set all that up, you're kind of just tired. But if we had our own studio, it'd all be set up for us, and you just kind of going to plug in and go. And like, I don't know. It'd be really nice to get to that point where we have like a physical brick and mortar place, you know?
Uh-huh.
I mean, that's like a massive way down the line thing, but that's what I'd love.
Yeah, we've got phases in plan, and we're on like with the first phase of the Avengers movie, like where we're assembling, like, you know, you had Iron Man, then you had Captain America, then you had Thor and blah blah blah. And I think we're at that stage where we're assembling the team, which is me, Tia, and then hopefully we could get more people. Like, we've got people in mind to do the video, the marketing, but time is money, and we don't have time, and we don't have the money,
You don't have time or money.
which is sad. So, well, this has been a disaster of I was going to say ish-hole.
Yeah, so the filming for today has been quite amusing. We finally got the lights aced, and then the camera, which we've never really had issues with, I don't think.
You did me dirty.
Yeah, I decided to cut off for us. But thank you for listening. Probably not watching, because you probably weren't watching because of the disaster.
You'll just see a static thing, but
I mean, you will see the pictures of our cats. And we'll also post the pictures on our Instagram as well.
Wherever it stops, just cats.
Yeah,
Cats,
honestly,
cats.
just cats. We'll just keep like a montage of our cats.
Well, thank you for enjoying this ish-hole.
And we'll have you for the next one, where hopefully there are no technical difficulties.
Well, it's going to be in the next episode, and we're filming the same day we have technical issues. So they probably... Wolf, dream hard, work hard, friend grabbing...
Work hard, dream harder.
The lemons, limes, citrus fruits...
Apples.
Sour fruits, lemons, limes, grab a friend.
I think she's broken again.